This is abhorrent, James. 5 years jail, supposedly, if you're an Indian Australian and you come home. What's all this about? I couldn't believe it.
This is, and Rita is absolutely right, and that Arthur Sinodinos, for whatever you think of Arthur, is absolutely correct here, because the way we are going with our current safetyist mentality, and this is the end product of a safetyism that we have had developing in this country for 20 years, for as long as I've been here, and now it has reached its absolute endpoint of disgrace. This decision rolled out late night on Friday by the Morrison government to invoke the Biosecurity Act to make it a crime, a jailable offense for people with Australian citizenship and Australian passports to come back to their own country. That is just shameful, and yet that is where we are right now, because there seems to be no political will with anybody except for New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian to do anything but hide from the virus. This is not living with the virus. This normal that we have here in Australia right now, guys, it's not normal. It is not normal that you can't go to another country. Europeans are going to welcome Americans who have been vaccinated this year. Deloitte is saying that Australia may not open up until 2024. This is ridiculous. This is shameful. We have to have this conversation now.
Exactly. And Rita, I was one of the most abhorrent things about this whole story was I found myself in agreement with Sarah Hanson-Young. Probably the first time ever, and hopefully the last. But we're on a ticket on this, what on earth is Josh Frydenberg talking about when he's saying we've got to lock people up for 5 years? Seriously, Rita, I was horrified by this.
I just think it's absolutely despicable. Yes, it might be popular because we've allowed scaremongering to run wild. People have allowed their irrational fears to overwhelm their sense of rationality, to overwhelm their sense of decency and goodness. They've turned their back on their fellow citizens. And we've seen this around the world. It's not just been India. We've got tens of thousands of Australians desperate to come back who haven't been able to come back because of these limits we put on arrivals from overseas, with only New South Wales really pulling its weight and taking a decent number each week. But now to threaten to throw them in jail for up to 5 years, threaten to fine them tens of thousands of dollars, it is disgusting. It really is. Being an Australian citizen means something. It should mean something.
Correct.
It should afford you certain privileges, and one of those privileges is to enter your own country. And now you're told if you come here and you've been in India, you are a criminal. That is absolutely, I think, disgusting. And if we have Australian citizens dying in India, in a third world country, developing country with a substandard health system,
Great point.
That's going to be on our heads.